Napoleon Bonaparte once said, "Work is my element. I am born and built for work. I have known the limitations of my legs. I have known the limitations of my eyes. I have never been able to know the limitations of my working capacity." These words aren't just about work. They're about believing in yourself, knowing your strength, and pushing your limits. Napoleon's relentless determination transformed him from a young officer to one of history's most iconic leaders. His mindset wasn't reserved for military conquests. It's a framework anyone can use to achieve their personal goals. Today, we're diving into Napoleon's blueprint for greatness, a guide to achieving your destiny. If you're inspired by Napoleon's wisdom and want even more insights into his strategies for success, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more. The power of imagination and action. Napoleon believed that imagination was the seed of all great achievements. He said, "Imagination rules the world." Why is imagination so important? Because everything we create begins as an idea. It's the ability to visualize possibilities that others might not see, turning dreams into reality. But Napoleon knew imagination alone wasn't enough. Action was the essential second step. He famously stated, "A man of genius never fails to exploit an opportunity. It is the nature of genius to conquer accidents." Think of it this way. Imagination is like mapping out a treasure hunt. The map shows the goal, but you'll never reach the treasure if you don't take the journey. Napoleon was a master at spotting opportunities and taking decisive action, even in unpredictable situations. For example, during his Italian campaigns, he transformed a ragged army into a victorious force by adapting quickly to circumstances and exploiting the weaknesses of his enemies. What opportunities are in front of you right now? Are you hesitating, overthinking, or waiting for the perfect time? Remember, as Napoleon warned, the man who hesitates loses everything, for there are no second chances in great affairs. The perfect moment rarely comes. Success belongs to those who act decisively. Destiny and calculated risks. Napoleon's belief in destiny was central to his identity. He said, "Destiny must be fulfilled. That is my chief doctrine." But his approach to destiny wasn't passive. He didn't wait for fate to hand him victories. He meticulously planned and prepared for success. His quote, "Calculation consists of first estimating all possibilities and then allowing for accident. A decimal more or less can alter everything," shows his commitment to understanding every variable while acknowledging the role of chance. This philosophy applies to all aspects of life. Whether you're starting a new business, building a career, or pursuing personal growth, preparation is essential. Napoleon's campaigns were famous for their logistical precision. He planned troop movements, supplies, and strategies with painstaking detail. Yet he also knew that unpredictability was inevitable. Instead of fearing it, he left room in his plans to adapt. Ask yourself, what areas of your life could benefit from a more calculated approach? Are you preparing for success or leaving it up to chance? Remember, being strategic isn't about eliminating risk. It's about understanding it and positioning yourself to succeed despite the unknowns. Adapting to circumstances. Napoleon once said, "The greater one is, the less will he must have. He depends on events and circumstances." This might seem counterintuitive for someone so determined, but it highlights his ability to adapt. He also said, "To every circumstance, its own law." Flexibility is the key to mastery. These insights reveal a profound truth. Rigidity is the enemy of success. During his Egyptian campaign, Napoleon faced unexpected challenges, harsh climates, dwindling supplies, and cultural barriers. Yet he adapted by forming alliances, studying local culture, and using unconventional tactics. This ability to pivot, rather than stubbornly cling to a failing plan, was a hallmark of his genius. Think about challenges you're facing. Are you resisting them because they don't fit your initial plan? Adapting doesn't mean abandoning your goals. It means finding new ways to achieve them. Success often belongs to those who can bend without breaking. The role of fearlessness and self-belief. Fearlessness was one of Napoleon's defining traits. He said, "One must have the will to live and be willing to die." This wasn't about recklessness. It was about total commitment. He also stated, I judge men only by the results of their actions. To Napoleon, success wasn't about effort or intention. It was about outcomes. Fear can paralyze us, keeping us from taking necessary risks. For Napoleon, fearlessness was the foundation of his success. For example, during the Battle of Austerlitz, he faced an army nearly double the size of his own. Instead of retreating, he devised a bold strategy to lure his enemies into a trap, securing one of his greatest victories. Ask yourself, what risks have you avoided because of fear? What would happen if you acted with confidence? Remember, the greatest achievements often lie just beyond the comfort zone. Legacy and perspective. Napoleon understood that greatness isn't just about individual success. It's about leaving a legacy. He said, "What I am, I owe to strength of will and daring." But he also recognized the fleeting nature of life's achievements, saying, "Men of genius are meteors destined to be consumed in lighting up their century." Napoleon's life reminds us that what we create, inspire, and contribute defines our impact. Legacy isn't just about fame or monuments. It's about the ripple effect of your actions. Are you living in a way that inspires others? What steps can you take today to ensure that your life leaves a mark? The role of reputation and perception. Napoleon once said, "He who fears to lose his reputation is sure to lose it." Reputation, in his view, was a cornerstone of leadership. He understood that hesitation, fear, or indecisiveness could tarnish the image of strength and resolve that leaders must project. But reputation wasn't just about appearances. It was about consistently demonstrating capability and reliability. Another of his insights: men are like ciphers. They acquire their value merely from their position, underscores how people's actions and roles define how they're perceived. This isn't about manipulating others. It's about understanding that the way you present yourself and the choices you make influence how others see you. Consider your reputation today. Are your actions aligning with how you want to be perceived? Are you bold and consistent, or are you allowing fear of judgment to hold you back? Reputation is one of the most valuable assets you can cultivate, but it requires vigilance and courage to maintain. Learning from mistakes. Napoleon was remarkably self-aware, even when analyzing his own failures. He observed, "The mistakes of our enemies often are more useful to them than their abilities and cause us to commit mistakes still greater than theirs." This insight reflects a deeper understanding of human nature. Mistakes can be more instructive than successes, but only if we're willing to learn from them. Napoleon's disastrous Russian campaign is a case in point. While it remains one of his greatest failures, it taught him critical lessons about logistics, overextension, and the limits of ambition. Unfortunately, by the time these lessons were fully understood, his power was already waning. Mistakes are inevitable. What matters is how you respond to them. Do you analyze them, adapt, and grow stronger? Or do you let them define and discourage you? Reflect on your own past missteps. How have they shaped you, and what have they taught you? Learning from failure is the hallmark of resilience. The reality of results. Napoleon's no-nonsense attitude is captured in his statement, "In life, there are no rewards, only results." This is a reminder that effort alone isn't enough. What matters is the impact you create. In his life, Napoleon didn't rely on recognition or applause to validate his actions. Instead, he focused on achieving tangible outcomes. Consider how this applies to your life. Are you spending more time talking about your plans than executing them? Are you looking for validation, or are you focused on achieving the results that matter most? Napoleon's approach encourages us to shift our mindset. Stop seeking rewards and start building the results you want to see. The balance between fearlessness and adaptability. Napoleon's dual insights: fearlessness is part of my natural equipment, but I am not afraid to show weakness when it is useful to me, and men rise by their abilities and by their adaptability to circumstances, reveal the complexity of his leadership. Fearlessness gave him the confidence to take bold risks, but adaptability ensured he could survive and thrive in an ever-changing world. One of his most famous examples of adaptability came during the Siege of Toulon. At just 24 years old, Napoleon demonstrated both fearlessness and strategic flexibility by reorganizing artillery forces to capture the city. This victory launched his meteoric rise. Fearlessness without adaptability can lead to recklessness. while adaptability without boldness can lead to stagnation. Together, they form a balanced approach to overcoming challenges and seizing opportunities. How can you integrate both qualities into your own life? Mastery of the moment. Napoleon's wisdom about living in the present is captured perfectly in his words. Circumstances have done the rest. The wise thing, then, is to take care of things as they come. This is a call to action to stop waiting for perfect conditions and start mastering the opportunities right in front of you. This mindset is particularly relevant in today's world, where uncertainty is constant. Napoleon didn't waste time lamenting obstacles. He adapted and acted. What's one action you can take today to move closer to your goals? Don't wait for everything to align. Take control of what you can right now. Now it's your turn to take action. Subscribe for more insights into historical figures and the lessons we can draw from them. And in the comments, reflect on one of these two quotes. In life, there are no rewards, only results. The mistakes of our enemies often are more useful to them than their abilities. How have these ideas applied to your own life? We'd love to hear it. Remember, the greatness Napoleon achieved wasn't reserved for him alone. His mindset can guide you too. Stay bold, stay fearless, and keep pursuing your destiny. See you in the next video.